You hate ads? I hate ads. You know what I like? Patreon.com/inkdependence keeps this blog ad-free. Hello folks, welcome to Inkdependence. I am Mike, and these are Lul Pens. My live stream viewers have been asking for an overview of pocket pens for a little bit, and so it's time to pay that off. So, firstly, we have this one, which is the Pilot Petit 1. This is about $3.30 at JetPens, so a very inexpensive little pen. When posted, perfectly cromulent length, very comfortable to write with. You can see the nib is pretty much the same as the varsity nibs, except this comes in a fine, and I think it actually writes better than the varsities and V pens that I've used in that category. Also, unlike those pens, this comes with a cartridge. I think this is actually a specific cartridge for this pen, although it looks like the mouth is big enough for the rest of the Pilot cartridges. This is pretty short, so I would just use these. I've actually been refilling this one the whole time I've had this pen, and it's pretty great. It's got these little ears that hold onto the inside of the section, so it doesn't come loose ever. I put this in a drawer and forgot about it for months at the very least, maybe a year. It's been a long time. And as you can see, I took it out, started scribbling with it. Works perfectly. No problems at all, even after all that time. So put this in your pants pocket, throw it in your purse, your backpack, whatever it is. If it goes to the bottom and gets lost, whatever. You're out $3.30. If it falls out in your car, whatever. You're out $3.30. Not a big deal. But a very nice little pen. You can find that at JetPens is where I found that one. This one is the Moonman Wancai Mini, which is a bit of a jump in price. This goes for $20.50 at JetPens. I think you can find it elsewhere, but this is actually Audrey's pen, and I have very little experience with it. It is a very small pen, as you can see here, smaller even than the Petit 1. There are, by the way, Petit 2 and 3, which are brush pens and highlighters. So you can get a whole line of things with this. But this is a very tiny pen that unscrews here and then screws on the back to post, and you have a perfectly normal size pen. I mean, fairly short, but not bad at all. Unposted, this is unusable for me. Like it doesn't rest on anything. It just floats around, but posted, which posts in about half a turn. It's not a big deal. No problem at all. Also, this is an eyedropper pen. You can see that entire barrel is full of ink, which, look, I don't have much experience with this one because it's not mine. It's Audrey's, but I don't think she's ever told me that the cap has gotten flooded from just throwing this in her purse. But works perfectly well, even after not being used for a while, because she gave this to me and I forgot to do the video for a while and, things of that nature. So check out the Wancai Moonman Mini. I don't think this is similar to anything else. It's not inspired by anything I know, but nice acrylic, good feeling pen. Feels like it's pretty sturdy, and the top actually takes a little bit of that to get going. So I don't think it's going to come apart in your pocket or purse or anything. So that's an important bit in a pocket pen. Now, thirdly, we have the Kaweco Sport as we're going up the ladder. And this one, I wasn't sure where to put it price-wise because the price varies on this thing from like $18 or $16 up to, you can spend like $100 or $200 on these, I think, in the aluminum and steel and all that version. I think there's like a brass version as well. There's so many of these. This is just like a venerable little pocket pen. This is actually my first one from at least I'd say 10 years ago, maybe more. I've had this for a very long time. Posted, perfectly good size. Now this has some stuff that the other ones don't, which is that it comes with a whole bunch of different nib sizes. As far as I know, the Petit 1, and I don't know if the Wancai Mini comes in other sizes either, but this one comes in nib sizes, everything from extra fine up to at least a double broad. I know because I have a double broad, and it may come in other stuff too. So lots and lots of nib options, and these are good, sturdy little pens. You can see this is stained. It's got some staining in the threads here from where I had it like eyedroppered and stuff. That's probably just silicone grease, and I could probably get it out of there. You see there's some staining up here at the front of the section from just being thrown in Mike's pocket for years, because I carried this all the time for years. This is my current one that I've been carrying more, if I ever leave, but the one I've been using a lot more is this little Kaweco Sport from Galen Leather, which is this awesome sort of cognac color, and I really like that. So check this out at Galen Leather. This is about $30. And you can get metal versions, like I said, carbon fiber even. I don't have any of those because I like the plastic ones so darn much. Okay, now this one is a little bit vintagey. This is a Pilot, it's a Pilot Elite, I believe is what the name of these things are. It doesn't actually say anywhere on the pen, but as you can see, this has like beautiful little flowers and stuff on it in the cap. It's got a very nice like articulated clip. It's got a little bit of a spring. You can see a little spring hinge action going on there. It's got all these colors. It's got this faceted band. This is one of Audrey's pens. She loves these little Elite short long pens. I call them short long because they're short, and then you take that off and post it, and you got a long pen. That's why I call it that. It has an inlaid nib, as you can see here, and it's a gold nib. This is a 14K Pilot nib, and these tend to be fairly fine. This will take a cartridge or a converter. You just unscrew the back here, and then you can see it's actually pretty deep in there, so you can definitely put a converter in there with no problem. The prices are kind of all over the place because there are a bunch of different styles of these. As I understand it, the flowers and such make this one a bit more valuable. I want to say she paid like $75 maybe for this one, but it's a great little pocket or purse pen. Very, very lightweight, usable unposted for me, just barely. Like I need a pen to at least hit the webbing on my hand, but posted, no problem at all. Very comfortable pen to use. All right. And I have a platinum version of that kind of pen. No idea what this is called, actually. It's 4,000 yen was the original price, which is about $40 today. And you can see it has this blue sticker. I leave the stickers on my pens, y'all. And that blue says there's blue inside. So I've got this one, which is just like her, pink one here. But it's got more metal in it. It's got a slightly different nib action going on. It's got this little like blaze here in the section, but the same as hers. You can unscrew the back end here, throw a cartridge or converter in there. And this is a very nice pen to write with. Extremely fine, nice clear feed, which is cool. The fineness on this is a very, very pointy fine, as maybe you can make out on the camera, but they tend to be these little short long pens. So no idea what this one really goes for. I got this as part of a lot in an auction, and I've been very happy with it. Next up is a more modern pen. This is the Franklin-Christoph Model 45. This is my original 45. I've collected 2 or 3 more since then, but this is the IPO, initial pen offering version. And this is another pen that I would just take and throw in my pocket with my phone and maybe keys, although I'm usually pretty careful to separate pens and keys. But this will definitely give you, great performance in a small package. You can actually use it unposted. It fits my hand well enough unposted. Posted, I think it's even better. It's even more comfortable to use. Now, these have threads up here at the front of the section, so if you hold at the very edge for some reason, I mean, if I hold it that way, I can't really reach the paper because of how thick my fingers are here. But if you hold it, normally, very comfortable pen to use, comfortable pen to carry around. And of course, since it's a Franklin-Christoph, that means that you get a bunch of possible designs. So many acrylics are available for this pen. So many nibs are available for this pen. And it comes in at $115 with any of the steel nibs. You add money to that if you're going to go to a gold nib. But this means that you can have steel nibs, everything from extra fine up to like 1.4 millimeter factory stubs. You can have all of Audrey's SIG nibs on here. You can have a nib done by Yukio Nagahara. The Mike Masayama nibs. There are so many available things for this that I think this is an awesome deal. And definitely check out the Franklin-Christoph 45. I know that a lot of people like collect these. I don't. I loved this one so much I didn't buy another one for a couple of years. I got a little scratch in mine right there. If you try hard enough, you can mess these up, but like whatever, that's fine. I don't care. Wabi sabi. All right, this next pen is in the same price range. These are about $118, and these are the Schon Design Pocket 6. This is an aluminum-bodied pen, which also you can get in brass and probably other things. I think he has a copper one as well. But these are 118, and they have a lot of flexibility, and they're made by this dude Ian Schon, who I really like. I think he's just one of my favorite people to run into at Pen Show. He's great, and he is constantly innovating these things. So this is the original Pocket 6 that I got in DC. I want to say just last year, and it's a very small pen, unposted, but you just screw the back on here and post it, and it's a very comfortable. It's like a full-size pen. It uses a full-size number 6 nib as opposed to say the number 5 nib on here or on the Franklin-Christoph. So big nib, normal size pen, and this is really just a cartridge pen. You're not going to be able to put a converter in here, and you don't want an eyedropper or metal pen. That's usually a bad idea. Now, the things that are innovative on this pen are you can get JOVO sections. So this has a copper fluted section with a JOVO nib. This is an aluminum section with a Bach nib. You can get also this amazing sort of hammered finish on this brass pen. And this has a ridged or ringed section with a JOVO nib in it. So all kinds of options with these. I think this is amazing. Ian took a Dremel basically and just carved out every little hammer pock in this thing. Now, the ones that you'll get now are machine done, but no less cool, I don't think. The pattern is more regular and less random, but that's how machining works, right? So there you go. So check these out, the Pocket 6. All the links, by the way, will be in the description below. All right, now going up the price scale a bit more, this is the Sailor Pro Gear Mini. This goes for about $180 in the US. You can find it cheaper overseas. I forget, I think, Audrey got this from La Cron de Comte, which is a French place. And I believe it was on sale there, so it didn't pay full U.S. Book price. But this is the Sailor Pro Gear Mini, which is a little version of the Pro Gear Slim, which is I'll show you here in a little bit. Well, here I'll show you now. Why not? So the Pro Gear Slim is the chartreuse one, and the Mini is this one. And the Mini has the ability to take a cartridge here. I don't have a cartridge in it, but it can. I don't think it can take a converter. I think it's too small for a converter, and you're not going to want to eyedropper this one. So cartridge pen only, not a problem. Sailor puts most of their inks in cartridges now, which is pretty cool. And you have this awesome rose taupe color with a navy blue section. How neat is that, right? Okay. Cool. Also, 14 karat gold nib. It's a Sailor nib. Those are always good. And posted, perfectly comfortable pen. I want to have the clip on the other side. That's just a matter of where you start it. There we go. Perfect. So there you go. Very nice little pen, but brand new to us. Okay, and now some unobtanium high-end stuff. This is a pen that I had on my radar for ages before I finally got one. This is the Pilot MYU, the Mew. There's also a version called the M90, which is a little bit more modern and was made for the 90th anniversary of Pilot a while back. But this is a real beautiful, fully metal pen here. Nice little jewel at the top, little black jewel type thing going on. And then you open it up, just like those short, long pens I was showing you before. But the fancy thing about this is the nib is part of the pen. This is all one piece. Just one smooth spaceship-looking piece. And I love this pen, frankly. This is a medium nib. I was able to buy this from my friend Tammy, who was selling it, obviously. And I love this pen. It'll take a cartridge or a converter. It opens up in the back here, just like all those other ones. Same kind of deal. But this is a great pen, and I'm a little bit more precious with this one because these are hard to find. They're not cheap. The price is very wildly, but hard to find because they don't make them anymore. And then lastly in the pocket pen area is this one, and this was a gift to Audrey from a viewer who was like, Audrey doesn't have any Montblancs. Well, I've got this Montblanc that I've never loved, and so they sent it to Audrey as a gift. So super kind. This is the Montblanc BOHEME, which is a small purse pen situation. You have this little clip with this little jewel in it. I think it's probably a faux jewel, but whatever, who cares? You have the mountaintop up here. You have this fun little flip cap on the bottom, which is where the cartridge goes, and you twist the pen body, and you can take the cartridge out. So to open this, you open the cap, and there's no nib, and then you twist the back end, and a nib comes out the front. How rad is that? And then it's a beautiful little nib. It's actually a very nice size, I think, for writing like this. Also, the cap screws on very nicely like this, and you have a full-sized, pen. I think this is a little bit inefficient, and also when you try to take the cap off, it sucks the nib back in there, and then you can put that on, and you put that back in here. This is a really nice little pen and a super generous gift, and I know Audrey's been enjoying it. All right, now that's my run of pocket pens. Those are what I have as, I think, official pocket pens. I don't think anybody's going to really argue with me about those, but I have a few extras here. Okay, so pens that don't quite fit the pocket category. First off, we have the Franklin-Christoph Pocket 66. This is, I mean, it has pocket in the name, but as you can see, it's actually quite a bit larger than other pocket pens in this range. It's pocket pen for the 66. So the 66 is a full-size pen that's actually quite long. It's like 6 inches long. It's quite a big pen, and that's closed, like that's capped. But the pocket version is I think legit for my pockets. Uses a full size number 6 nib. I've got a really beautiful double broad stub in here that Audrey made. It's got these nice block threads here at the end. Comes in all kinds of wild colors and finishes. This is a limited run pen these days, so check out the Franklin-Christoph stockroom or stalk their Instagram for when they're going to be posting these kind of things, because it's a great pen and you should probably try it out. But on the large side for a pocket pen. Next, we've got this one, which is the Sailor Pro Gear Slim. It's the larger version of the Pro Gear Slim Mini. And as you can see, it's pretty much the same from here up. They just made the barrel shorter and added some threads here so you could post it more securely. But you know, it's larger than the mini version, slightly on the larger side for a pocket pen, and so I'm going to put it in the little bit bigger than a pocket pen area, but same kind of 14K nib and all that. You can use this unposted. I like to post them, I think, better. But this is a pen that Audrey loves. She loves these Pro Gear Slims. They're one of her favorites, and they come in a zillion designs. Seems like every Japanese store has its own version. It's very cool. This one actually is a Nagasawa. This isn't even a standard run pen either. You can see a little ink bottle on the finial. Very cool. All right, up next, and just about the same size as this one. This is the Pelikan M200, and these usually come out as a pen of the year every year, and you can see it's just about exactly the same size as the Sailor Pro Gear Slim until you uncap it. So when you uncap the Pelikan and you uncap the Sailor, the Pelikan is head and shoulders, nib and shoulders above the Sailor. It's just a bigger size pen. The capping is just so different that this one is perfectly capable of being used unposted right here. So no problem at all. Also a nice piston fill pen, and definitely one to check out. The one for this year is called Moonstone, and it is beautiful. Lots of shimmery gray action. This is a shimmery red from last year. I believe it's Garnet, Star Garnet, I want to say it is. All right, Star Ruby, something like that. Then we've got this one, which is the Pilot PRERA. I like to think of the PRERA as a pocket pen, but really, I mean, it's the same size as all these. So it's just a little bit over pocket pen sized. But with my big old hands, I need to post it. And it's a very, very comfortable pen. These solid yellow ones come at a fairly good price. I think these are about $30, and it's a cartridge or converter Pilot pen. A very nice, very nice little snappy slip cap, like that. One of the most satisfying snappy slip caps around. I think it rivals some stuff like S2 Dupont and things like that. So very good pen if you can get it for a good price. There are some demonstrator versions. Those are more like $50. I think at $50, it's a harder proposition. But at $30, yeah, easy. Get one. And then, almost lastly, are these two. These are Esterbrook's. This is the vintage ESTERBROOKJ, one of the most popular models of pen. Like, everybody probably has one of these, and there's a reason for that. It's a great pen. It's fairly small, and for whatever reason, ESTERBROOKJs always feel extra small for me. I think it might be that the section is quite small, but nonetheless, a great pen, has been around forever for a reason. I mean, look at the materials in this thing. It's a lever filler. It posts just fine if you want to, although I think that makes it a little bit overlong for me, but you know, whatever, you do you. A zillion nib options on this thing, but these are vintage and the prices are all over the place. I've paid $20 for one. I've seen them for hundreds in different styles, rarities, conditions, all that. The modern version, there is an SJ version of the J, by the way, which is a smaller, scaled down version of this pen. I don't have one, so I can't show it to you, but that one I think is legit pocket-sized. Then this one is the new Esterbrook JR, which shares a lot of things with the J, like it's the same size and all that sort of thing. It has a clip that's reminiscent with a grooving on it. I'll have a full review on this one coming very soon, so you know, check that out. So I think the acrylics are kind of reminiscent of each other. They're both doing a blue with like this cloudy chatoyance thing, but I've actually really enjoyed this pen. I think it's a very nice pen to write with, and I've been reaching for it quite a bit since I've had it for review. So there you go. All right, so that's all the pocket pens that I have around, and that's. Here we go. This tray. I know that there are some that I just didn't include in the video. And so let me know what your favorite pocket pen is that I didn't talk about, because I only reviewed stuff that I have. Oh, there's one more. And that's this one. Don't buy this pen. So I include this expressly to say, nah, don't get this one. This is the Stipula Splash, and it is a small pen. It's really kind of in the same size category as like the 45s and other pocket pens and stuff. But the Stipula Splash, as soon as I got it, like the finial broke off. This was sent to me by a viewer a long time ago. And it had so much stuff like that's wrong with it that I'm just like, I'm not even going to review this thing. But like the nib is supposed to be a flex nib. As you can see, it's split all the way up the center. It's supposed to give you some flex. There's like a little bit of nothing, but you got to press super hard. It's tiny up here. It's got a piston filling system here, but you always get stuff behind the piston. It's just not a very good pen. When a pen starts falling apart as soon as I get it, I'm like, so like, don't get this. This is $60. Get 20 of these instead. So do that. All right. Thanks very much for watching my very long, but also I think pretty comprehensive pocket pen video. And I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend. Bye.